What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. So today I want to talk about why I am not the biggest fan of goal weights. So goal weight has been such a huge part of like diet culture. You know, when you tell somebody that you want to lose weight, they almost always ask, what's the goal weight? What are you trying to hit? So this video, I just want to explain why I'm not the biggest fan of them. So the first issue that I have with goal weights is that from the start of our weight loss, it sets us up to be very, very weary about the number on the scale. Now, I am personally not somebody that is completely against using a scale. I think a scale can be a great tool to measure progress, but that's exactly what it is. It is a tool. It is not the only thing that you should be focused on, right? There's also measurements, there's also how your clothes are fitting, there's also how you look in the mirror. There's a lot of different ways to measure your progress, but when you set up your diet to hit this arbitrary goal weight that you set up, you become so dependent and focused on that number on the scale. Again, there's nothing wrong with using a scale. I am a fan of them, but they shouldn't be the only thing that you're focused on. Another reason I dislike goal weights is that we set them when we have no idea what we're gonna look like at that weight. Now, the best example I can give you is using myself. So when I started my diet, I remember I thought to myself, I would love to be like 180 pounds. That was like a goal weight that I had in my head. I never had a real specific goal weight, but that was always a number that I had in my head. And then, if you guys know, I got down to 180 pounds when I did my men's physique show. Now, that weight was incredibly difficult for me to get to. I had to make a lot of sacrifices, do things that I would not recommend for general health to get down to that weight. But obviously I had another goal in mind. I was trying to get on stage. You know, I wanted to be as lean as possible. But that is a weight that I could not maintain and I don't want to maintain. So right now I'm about 205 pounds. So I'm technically 25 pounds over that goal weight. Now imagine if I was just somebody that was trying to diet, and in my head I always thought I want to be 180 pounds. I want to be at 180 pounds. So even if at 205 pounds like I am now, I'm completely healthy, I'm able to do everything I need to do, I'm not at all overweight, anything like that, right? If in my head I thought I still need to be 180 pounds, I would constantly be dieting and eating far less calories than I need to you know, be able to do the things that I like to do in the gym and to be able to live a normal life. And I would always feel like I am not actually able to hit that number, so I would always feel like I am some sort of failure. And on the other side, if you do hit that goal weight, like for me, 180 pounds, if I thought to myself, okay, now I need to stay here, I would have been so incredibly unhealthy. So it's like a lose-lose when you really focus on a certain goal weight. Now, obviously that goal weight for me, 180 pounds, was a little too low, but if you're 200 pounds overweight, you don't know what you should weigh to be in a healthy spot, right? So a lot of people end up using that weight that is too low, and you always feel like you're reaching for something that you're never gonna be able to get. And then another thing that happens, especially if that goal weight is too low, but you end up reaching it, right? You do have to do some crazy stuff to get there, but you get there, you become so incredibly focused on trying to stay at that weight, even if it's too low, and you start doing things that you know are stupid. You start eating way too little. A lot of people end up, you know, becoming malnourished and not eating enough because they're so focused on staying at that goal weight that they wanted to hit. I wanna make it clear that I'm not trying to say that you should not use your weight as a way to track progress. Again, that is a very good way to do it, but when you are losing weight every 10, 20 pounds, depending on how heavy you are, I think it's a good idea to always reassess and make sure, okay, if you say you set it to be 180 or whatever it is, once you start getting closer to there, say you're at 200 pounds, think to yourself, do I really need to lose 80, or do I really need to lose another 20 pounds to be happy, or is this actually where I need to be? It's just always good to reassess your goals as you are losing weight. You guys know that one of my favorite words in the world is sustainability, so that's something that's really important to focus on when you are losing the weight, because even if you do end up hitting a goal weight that might be too low, you have to think to yourself, is this sustainable? Is this something that I can actually keep up? Is this weight for me somewhere I need to be? And for me, at 180 pounds, it wasn't, so I reassessed and I made sure that I was eating enough to fuel my body, but to be healthy, right? That's the reason that most of us are losing weight in the first place, is you want to get healthy and improve the quality of your life. So if that is no longer happening and now you're becoming malnourished because you're trying to hit this arbitrary goal weight that you set for yourself when you were 200 pounds overweight, that's obviously an issue, and obviously that's something that you need to address. The only only reason that I'm talking so much about goal weights that are so low is because that's the issue that I'm seeing more of. I'm not really seeing people set goal weights that are too high. So I really think there's so much more damage that is being done when you set a goal weight that is too low. Everything that I've mentioned in the video already. Now, I'm not trying to make anybody feel bad if you do have a goal weight that maybe you've been kind of having in your head that you want to hit. All I'm trying to do is make you think about that. Think about, is that weight something that you need to hit, or is what's more important, you know, being healthy and living a healthy life? Lately, I've been completely obsessed with trying to figure out why people are able to keep the weight off for extended periods of time, and why other people seem to, you know, diet down and then gain the weight, diet down, then gain the weight. There's obviously a very small amount of people that are able to keep the weight off, and through talking to them, what I've realized is, one, they don't focus on their weight too much. They're not sitting there weighing themselves every single day trying to stay at that goal weight. They're just living their life and making the right decisions. So that's the reason that this kind of popped into my head and why I felt like it was an important topic to talk about. But that is just my opinion. Obviously, I am not the end all be all with all this stuff. I just love talking about it and getting my thoughts out there and hearing what you guys have to say. So if you have anything to say, leave it down in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. There was one other thing that I wanted to say. Oh yeah, look how buff I am.
Obey the warning signs, and when there are flashing lights or wigwags, don't attempt to cross until they come to a complete stop.